Just make sure I'm on Wi-Fi. All right. Morning, Carrie. Welcome. Hey, Carrie. Got our kerf cuts in here, right? You see it with my hand behind it. Oh, I need to turn that off. It's going to be feedback. We're going to put this in the bender. Then I'm going to work on shaping those other pieces down there. Cherry can bend. That's what we're looking at right there. Daniel, welcome back, Daniel. Member, long-time member. That's bent cherry right there. So yeah, it can bend. It can bend. Yep, and we're going to make sure it can bend by cutting kerf cuts into it. Those don't have those, but I'm going to start doing it because I'm losing material. So I want to make sure I can bend it effectively. I'm going to rule out any possible variables by kerf cutting also. Thank you, both of my members, for being here. It's a members-only chat today. Welcome to Dad's Workshop. I got the steam bender started. And we're going to work some of these. I'm going to sand some of these a little bit and then cut some round off these edges, I think. I want to round the edges off at the very least. And it's going to be tricky because this is thin stock here. Robert G, welcome, 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 welcome. Several welcomes. All right, now that I got that and I got the steamer started, y'all can see, in case you don't know, I do have a 4-inch piece of PVC pipe here with a clean out cap on that side, and then a reducer and some bushings on that side with a Parkside wallpaper steamer hooked up to it. That's my steam bender. I know, but simple, right? We don't want to spend too much on something. Welcome, everybody. Appreciate you being here. Let me move this bandsaw maybe off. Well, nah, because I'm gonna cut some plywood, because plywood can be bent too if it's cut properly, if it's kerf cut. So I might actually cut some of this straight out of this thing. I'm gonna run this through the bandsaw. Now I need to bring this bandsaw's blade guard down. Somebody brought that up yesterday, but I'm gonna try to run this through it here. Let me put my fence back on. And I'm going to kerf cut this piece of plywood. Then I'm going to work those things we were just talking about. Bandsaw fence. You guys doing any woodwork? I know Daniel's been doing cards. We went on, Daniel had a live stream on the other day. Probably laying it flat. Let me make sure I got 90 degrees here. That's what holds it in place there. All right, let me get this. I'm great, Carrie. By the way, I should have answered that question early on. Plywood, Tom, welcome. Thanks for being here. All my members, thank you for being here. We might make these about an inch wide. Let's stick with an inch wide here. All right, this is stock from a drawer set. Now, what it looks like is white oak, right? But it's not. It's plywood. It's one thin layer of white oak over a bunch of, you know, pulp and stuff. So we're gonna run this through like this, and hopefully it won't be too much of a pain in the butt. I should have been up against the wall there. Right. It almost looks like oak in there, but it's not. You can kind of see it's 3-ply. Right. Let's cut a few more strips like that. That's one. We're just having fun here at the workshop, man. Trying to make some art here. We did a lot of functional stuff. Now we want to do some artistic, just form stuff now. Now it's gonna be tricky. Come on, John. Come on, John. Push it to the limit one more time. Sorry, we're off on the pitch there. Take it to the limit. Sorry, take it to the limit. That's an Eagle song, right? I should know better. Maybe work as drumsticks, you know. I don't think the algae rhythm likes my saw, but you know, we'll have to ask him what he thinks about that. I'm gonna check the chat here as soon as I cut this piece. one got wonky. That's a scrap. Let that scrap fall, because I'm not going to use that. Got offline with that cut. Uh-oh. Shake it. Wow, I hope I didn't miss anybody. They are not bad for drumsticks, though, a little bit long. We are going to, I want to put them through the planer right now, man. So bad, because I got to fix my hand planer, dude, so I can get these nice and even. This cut is sacrificial right here. I don't force it, but it should be up against the wall, really, right there. Don't get out on me. No problem here. This is not a hard job. It shouldn't have been like this for yourself. Cut it off also. I honestly am not super happy with these blades. None of them. Uh-oh. Hey, let's cut this. Hey, this is what I'm going to do. I don't know, man. I think this guard needs to come down. Somebody brought that up yesterday. I don't know what I did with that socket wrench. Heather brought me one. I don't know if I have a socket for it, though. I need a universal socket. So, you know. Welcome. I mean, I don't know what to say. It's just, what? What? We can blame the bandsaw. I'll move the bandsaw. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Am I like going offline? 6 viewers? This stuff is crazy, man. Well, I have my important people here. That's all that matters. Got these 3 sticks here. I'm going to kerf cut these, but I won't do it while I'm on live because apparently the bandsaw is off-putting. Woodshed by Dan, welcome. Yeah, congratulations on getting a job, buddy. Congratulations. So I got those ones in the steamer, and I got these to work on. Here's my mold once we get to the point where we need to, if y'all can see that. I don't know if you can see that. I'm all frazzled. Can't find which way is up, guys. Congratulations to Dan for getting that job, man. We're proud of you. All right, so what I kind of want with these, and this is the general like design I want, but I want to keep adding pieces until it's basically like you have multiple strips here. I probably will round out these sides. I want to see how hard it is to work with this kind of stock. I've never really tried to work with bent stock like this. So we'll take one piece at a time and try to work some degree of manipulation of these edges, either round them. I think that would probably look good. Maybe some sort of a flame type of motif. Like that, how I use the word motif? Gotta take this piece and get this little, you see where I had a tension break there. We're gonna take a chisel to that. Got do a lot of tool maintenance, man. A lot of tool maintenance around here. I've got a bunch of chisels that need to be sharpened. Oh, now both pins are out of place. So shout out to Work IQ. Their vise lasted about 6 months. That's the life on it. Really cool vise, but just giving you a review, honest review. Now I got to hit these pins in every time I use it, so it's not super convenient. Vise lasted about 6 months, guys. Now both pins are loose. See that? Every time I move the vise, I have to knock them in. Frustrating. This was a gift from a member too, so it's even more frustrating because I can't really replace it. Let's try to clamp it like this from side to side, see if that works. There may be a fix for that. I'm so busy trying to do YouTube stuff all the time. I never really get a chance to like fix anything. It's kind of like always trying to make content to keep up with everything, keep my view numbers high. Now it's like getting them back. I don't want it to poke anyone though. Heather said, I mean, the hours of use on the vise might still be worth, maybe. I don't know. Good news. Yeah, Carrie, thank you. Yeah, I do have 2,910 subscribers. It has been very slow recently. We have struggled heartily here to pull in numbers, and I am concerned. I'm not going to lie. The algorithm definitely has changed. It's not favoring me at all, seemingly. Trying to make long form videos too. This is tricky. I'm going to have to put this on this side in the vise here. This is not really a flat side either. Like maybe right here I can work it. Let's try that. Kind of cutting a little flame motif type deal. This is not sharp at all. Should have taken more time with this sharpening process. I might have to put the stone up here and sharpen, guys. If there's any good news about that, it's that Al G Rhythm likes that. You know Al. He's the guy who decides who's cool. Used to be this guy named Nielsen, you know. Now it's this guy named Al G Rhythm. Mike, welcome. Thank y'all for those 10 likes. If you could double tap that screen and like this video, that would be helpful. I think we have members only chat on. If you're a mod, they probably let you in. But I can't approach that with my chisel the traditional way there. End grain's kind of tough, isn't it? Let's see if I can cut it right here. Use the rip side here. Am I going offline or something? What is going on, man? Like I started live streaming yesterday. Oh, Mike, thank you, man. Thank you. Let me do a drum roll for Mike's 5 gift memberships, man. Appreciate you, bro. That might help us out a bit here. Let me get these things right here like this. Back the camera up so y'all can see it. This is gonna be a plywood drum roll. Here it comes. This is just for Mike. See, look, as soon as Mike did that, it boosted my numbers up. Mike coming in the clutch, man. FTW. Here it is, Mike. Mike is making stuff with the absolutely clutch 5 gift memberships to the channel. Thank you, Mike. I think I broke something right there, but that's all right. Let's see who those 5 people were. Professor Rusty. There we go. That's a good one. New Beginnings. Chase. Some guy. I think I know some guy. I don't know Radwa Assam. But, man, New Beginnings, I know. Those are good ones, man. That's pretty sweet, man. Thank you, Mike. Thank you, Mike. Those people hopefully will pop in at some point. I'm here every day. I come on about 10:30 and until, you know, that's what we do. Well, thank you so much. Mike is making stuff. Big time, clutch. Yeah, we're gonna have to. These are plywood, Mike, so I'm gonna actually kerf cut these, and we'll put them in the vise to kerf cut them because people don't like the bandsaw. So we'll cut them in here. That'll take up some time probably. Got to sharpen my chisels too, man. These things are bad right now. I put them through the grinder and I put them through some basic sharpening, but I'm not happy with how sharp they are. I'll be 100% with you. Thank you, Mike, again. Mike coming in the clutch. I do like to think we are, and also Mike on Friday nights shooting the poop. We are the hub of crafters and makers on YouTube right now. This is the place to be. Very, very appreciated, man. About to do another appreciation shout out reel today. So hopefully that'll get through. And I mean, we were doing good shorts numbers before this live started. I must not know anything because usually, here's my theory: when you're running good shorts numbers, you usually do good numbers on your live. So I'm like telling Heather, I have a good feeling we're gonna have good numbers today on live. And I can't take the temperature of it at all. Apparently, I have no idea what's going on, but I got to keep going. It's the only way to do it. I was doing okay yesterday, and then the drama derailed me. I'm not gonna let that happen again. Makes me want to scream, to be honest with you. Do other things too, but yeah, we'll be. It'll come back. They go up, they go down. I just wish there was some consistency in building. Like, seems like they, as you build, they they pull the rug out from under you on purpose, so you don't get too big headed, or they want you to like work harder or something. It's kind of capitalistic, definitely. It reminds me of working in shops and stuff where they're like always trying to throw you for a loop, and your responsibilities get more difficult and harder to handle. Anyway, I don't want to yap about it, but the algorithm is always changing and not always in the favor of me, I don't think, and others like me. I wonder, how did I get that thing in there like that? That'll work right there. We'll do that. We'll round that edge off too. I'm just gonna take a chisel to it, round it off, sand it off. But thanks everybody for being in here. Yeah, I didn't know that. They even built in a prompt area to let YouTube make your short for you. Yeah, I mean, they're definitely like, YouTube benefits more from a bunch of non-monetized people, um, and also the big monetized people who do content for sponsors and stuff. They don't care about their RPM and how much YouTube pays them because they make their money from their sponsorships. So they probably help YouTube out a lot too, because at that point they don't care about ad revenue at all. They're probably not like worried about that. If you've got like Lowe's sponsoring you for like real sponsors and stuff, what YouTube gives you per 1,000 views doesn't matter that much because you're making your money off. You're basically a walking advertisement. That's a good idea, Mike. You got a couple channels. Heather's starting a new channel too. Heather, let's plug your channel in here. I think if your video's up. She's trying to cultivate the appropriate audience, which I understand too. So if she doesn't want to do that, I understand also. Oh, that's not bad, man. 27 subs is good. You're getting like one sub short. Yeah, whenever YouTube does new stuff or any of these social media platforms do new stuff, they usually reward you for using it. I'm gonna cut some little joints in these bent pieces so that they actually connect with each other. Something I've been wanting to do also. So there's multiple points, and actually with the kerf cutting, that should actually be possible. Where's that breakaway here? I gotta get this in the clamp like this. This could be tricky. Definitely when I finished the bed, there was like a lull there where I got a little depressed. You know, when it's like finishing any kind of project, you get a little sad sometimes. I have a question I will send you offline, Calvin. Yeah, no problem, man. Send it on. Hopefully it's not a hardball one, man. The last couple of days have been really like full of interpersonal issues. Well, I like that. This is a 220 sandpaper that's on this little hand sander. Pretty fun. Trying to take the camera down here a bit. Okay, that wasn't right. Whatever just happened. This tripod. Sorry. I don't like the way that the shot's set up, to be honest. I don't blame people for not liking that. Hmm? That's probably okay right there. I saw your message there, Mike. I'll check that out here in a sec. I won't answer it on here. Don't worry. All I did was screw it once. I know, but you gotta, it's not that, it's this. Okay. Oh, the woodworkers and the truck drivers. Hey, man, what's up, Sunstep? Yeah, I was the one that told me there's another energy at lot. I just saw that, yeah. Okay, you can do the same. Jay's in the house. Time for me to start tearing down the slap together stuff in my shop and actually make purpose-built infrastructure. I'd say there's some of that I got to do too. I've got to I got to rewire my electric hand planer. Yeah. Got to rewire my hand planer. I've got some other things I need to do. I got to lower the blade on my bandsaw. I need to fix my bench. I need to build a more sturdy platform for my steam bender. Lot of stuff. There's even more stuff. All my chisels need to be sharpened. If they have a bad uneven edge, they need a new edge. You know, a lot of stuff that needs to be done. But I want to say I do appreciate all my members. So let me show a little bit of gratitude to all my members that are in the house today. That's what I live off of, all the members. So everybody who's in here right now, Sunstep, LOLing stuff, Hawaiian Wednesday. Oh, no, actually, Sunstep, Jay, I wear these shirts all the time. I'm kind of known for this. It's like all the time. Yesterday, someone made a comment that I wasn't wearing a Hawaiian shirt. It's like all the time for me. Labor Day doesn't stop me. Nothing stops me from that kind of stuff. Yeah, we do it all the time around here at Dad's workshop. Yeah, yeah. You guys all got probably awesome toolboxes. I've got these old chests here. Probably if I repurpose, I've seen them turned into toolboxes before. The casters are put on the bottom of them. You know, one of these antique steamer chests I have. I got the steamer going right now. I got a couple kerf pieces in there where I've cut kerf slots in them. Sunstep Build said selling limited seats to Dad's workshop live event, 5,000 per ticket, one space left. Yeah, we're going to eventually do something like that. Heather and I have been. I mean, that's one thing we would love to do is host some sort of a live crafter event, some sort of a combination. It could be all woodwork, but I think that if you have the metal workers, like the knife makers and some of the, I have to see if there's, what do they call those people who put shoes on horses? Farriers. Farriers too busy making too much money to come to my show, but I'd love to have some farriers and blacksmiths and stuff like there. Can you tell I've been watching Forged in Fire? I hate to make this admission, but I will tell you that what I thought was white oak that I was working with, I think is blackjack oak, and that makes a sense why I wouldn't bend. Now, me and Jay had a disagreement yesterday. Jay said oak can't bend. Oak is bent very frequently, but it's not black oak. It's usually white oak. And so I think I made a big mistake, which was between southern live oak and blackjack oak, which the leaves are real similar. Southern live oak is like almost just an oval, and blackjack oak has just like a slight outward taper on the leaves. So I think I made a mistake. And so the reason I was struggling, I did bend it, but it was not easy. And I had to steam it and soak it, and it was green. So I think that's blackjack oak right there, not southern live oak, though we do have those around here. I probably got confused also because blackjack oak doesn't drop its leaves. They stay on the tree. Like southern live oak doesn't drop leaves. I don't know if y'all got those down in Texas, Mike. I know you have longleaf pines down there, but southern live oaks, I don't know. My best score, giggle if you must. Let's go back a second. Sunstep said, brother, my workstation is outside. I just get soaked. My storage is a dead box truck. Dead box truck, yeah. Robert G said, I need a tool storage bad. I would agree. Sunstep said, free o'clock. I would agree with that. Mike said, they get funding and toss stuff like that all the time. Sunset Build said, my sawmill guy said white oak and other oaks have totally different makeups. Well, they do. It's about cells and the shape of the grain and how they grab like each grain. If you look at them, like when I looked at the inside of those, they look like white oak cells. You have to look at the microscopic view. Like I have several wood books. Like I'm a book reader. My books show you microscopic views of the cellular structure of the different trees. Like I was talking about sweet gum yesterday. Sweet gum, the grains interlock, so it's never going to move. It's never going to stay sturdy at ambient humidity. It's going to move even in ambient humidity with any kind of fluctuation. And ambient hydration. That is, the wood is at its lowest moisture content. It's stabilized. It's in a homeostasis. You know, it may be more difficult to find white oak. I have looked around here on foot, and I have not seen a lot of it. It's in my parents' woods, but I'm not going to cut their trees down. Only the small ones. Yeah, can't cut there. They got like a nice old growth forest, so I'm not going to mess with that too much. I want to get the inside of this a little bit. Some of the tannins, I think, were brought out by the vinegar. The vinegar that I put in the bender, I think, brought some of those tannins out. You see how it turned black in some spots? Not a huge fan of that, so I'm going to sand it a little bit and see if I can get those out, those black spots. Or I'm just going to lean into it, right, and just put vinegar on this thing and let it turn black. Vinegar and steel will let it turn black all the way through. Yeah, the sawyers need to know more about that wood structure, because when they cut it, they need to know that either they're going to be able to use it or it's going to be able to sell. You know, either they're going to be able to build things with it, but a lot of sawyers are just cutting wood and stacking it. My parents' neighbor, guy's a douchebag, but he has a really nice timber king out there, and he brings these guys over there, and they built multiple outbuildings with lumber from lumber mills. Are the coolest thing that nobody ever gets. Like, you should definitely, if you have the money, you should, and you're doing woodwork, you should have a lumber mill. There's no question. There's no question at all. I contacted this guy, didn't get a contact back, not surprised. Kind of a snob. He's about to build a whole nother house on his property. He's put the whole basement in. The basement is actually held up by timbers that he cut from his own property. Pretty sweet. Mike said, our area is invaded by developers. They planted Chinese pistachio trees. Great. Sunstep said, I felt like I was knowledgeable about species until I'm looking in it log form, and then I have no clue. Well, you can't tell from a log. You have to see leaf litter. You have to, I mean, you can look at it with a microscope if you're knowledgeable once it's cut and tell what it is. I could tell when Wes was working with chestnut, because chestnut, that's the existent chestnut that we have, all has the same kind of look. It's wormy. It has a specific grain look to it. So I knew right away he was working in chestnut. First woodworker I've ever seen, especially on YouTube, working in chestnut. Now, there may be videos of it, but not on live, you know, because chestnut is to me, it's like the American version of an exotic. Chestnut and longleaf pine, both like kind of like the American versions of exotic wood. The world wasn't cutting down babinga trees in the 1600s. They were cutting down longleaf pine and chestnut trees. Why is that? Because longleaf pine is a really, really strong softwood. It takes forever to grow. I mean, literally, it stays in a grass stage like this for 5 years. I'm a wood guy. I've always been in the woods since I was little. I've always had a relationship with nature and the trees and stuff like that. Everybody who knows me knows it. Heather calls me a tree. So this is kind of appropriate for me to do. When I go out in the woods and there's beautiful trees, I stop and take time with them. That's what I do. I'm kind of hippie-ish about it. Chinquapin oaks, that's probably a subspecies too. Yep. I want to take these things. This is my best piece of bent wood, and it was the first one. It shouldn't be like that. So there's a lot of names for oak trees too. Sometimes black oaks are called blackjack oaks, and there's multiple black oaks. There's multiple oaks that are considered white oaks. It's actually an umbrella. And as someone pointed out the other day, all oaks fall under the beech family. So an actual beech tree, though, if you have any of those on your property or where you live, beech trees do produce nuts, but it takes 40 years for them to produce those nuts. They're more similar to like pecans or chestnuts than they are to acorns, which is interesting because it's the parent of that family of acorn producing trees. Let's nerd out on some wood, right? I'm rounding off these edges because I just think they look better like that. This one I might leave it like this. Last night I was like, I want to add some sort of design to the edges. Yellow chestnut oak. Yeah, so chestnut oak is any oak tree that has a rounded beech-like leaf that has serrated edge on it. They do produce acorns. Those are called chestnut oaks. Just like the oaks that have little thin leaves like this, you know, thinner than this, those are called willow oaks, right? Because they have a willow-like leaf on them. Chestnut oaks have a chestnut-like leaf on them. So yellow chestnut oak, yep. A lot of different oak types in nature, man. They got to feed all of the animals. Animals are particularly, if you're a meat eater, animals that eat acorns are particularly tasty. Turkeys, hogs, and stuff like that that feed on acorns are the more tasty of the animals. Oh yeah, man. And if the feral hogs can't eat the acorns, they'll eat everything else, including other animals. And the roots under the ground, they'll pull out of the ground. There are some people though that say it's not as much of a problem as people say it is. Like it's kind of an excuse for some people to hunt them. But you know, a sow can produce piglets every 6 weeks. The gestation period is like 6 weeks. It's really short, so it is dangerous for the environment because they will eat all of the what do you call it, the native species food up. I might take these through the sharpener here in a minute while I wait for this steamer. Let me scoot and zoom in a little bit more. Oh yeah, no, they're super dangerous, man. They got razor sharp teeth and they can eat you, so be careful. They also have gristle that forms on their rib cage, so if you don't have a powerful weapon, don't even try to shoot them because they'll kill you. You gotta have you gotta have more than it has to have stopping power. Let's put it like that. Like if you go out hunting hogs, you need to bring something like a 308 or bigger, 30-06, you know. something in that neighborhood. Because the hogs got this gristle. After one generation in the wild, they start to form different things. They grow hair, their teeth get longer, and grow into tusks, and then they grow gristle on their rib cage that protects them from a lot of stuff. But you can actually hit that gristle and it won't go through and hit the heart. So you got to make sure that you have a strong enough weapon that it'll go through that and be a kill shot. Yeah, ARs, guys go hunting with ARs because you'll have a pack of them, and you need multiple shots. If you got a bolt action rifle and you're trying to reload, even if you have like a little 4-shot magazine in there and you're trying to reload, you may not reload fast enough, and that could be dangerous. So it is an argument for the AR. I'm not big on like those kind of weapons being. I'm okay with it being legal, but I don't usually say those are hunting weapons. But if you are hunting hogs, it is a viable option. Yeah, for sure. I've seen them people though. The best way to honestly, if you want to do the best way, is to have like a nice compound bow, be up in a tree, and hit them with the compound bow, because your little sound, that's not going to scare the other hogs away. They won't even know what happened. You could hit more than one hog. If you shoot that AR, the hogs are running. You're not going to get more. You can actually knock out more than one hog up in a tree with a bow. Think about it for a second. Think about being up in a tree with a bow and having nice sharp. And I've seen it done. Like I know guys who have done it. Multiple pigs with one bow in a tree, because the pigs don't know what's going on. They just see shot. That's all they hear. Shh, and that's one, and then shh, that's another one. You're going home with a couple freezers full of pig. And the acorn fed stuff is the best, I hear. I'm not a vegetarian. Sorry, vegetarian people. And people hate it. They hear about hunting. Oh, I don't want to hear about any hunting. When I used to be on the sites back in the day, there would be profiles that said, if you hunt, don't even talk to me. Don't swipe. And I would be like, what? People who ethically take their food and like find food the old fashioned way, it's wrong. Well, it's okay to mass slaughter livestock, but it's not okay to like go find your own food. Doesn't make much sense to me. As much as like I get tired of the whole pro hunter rhetoric when they start talking about go get your own meat. Man, these guys down here spend so much money feeding their dogs. It's not free meat. It's not free meat. Yeah, they often have parasites, trichinosis, but nah, they're good. It's good meat, man. Nah, it is usually good. It's fine. They're fine. You just got to cook it. That's all. Trichinosis is real, but it just needs to be cooked to a proper temperature. Yes, there are parasites. Hogs do. Probably the wild ones are less likely to get it than the ones that are in pens and stuff. Oh, big bounties, huh? The thing about it is the bounty system doesn't work because hunting them doesn't reduce the numbers. They've proven that. The only way you can reduce the numbers is by trapping them. I've seen the trapping pens up here, so the guys they're destroying their whole corn, their corn soybean farms over here, sweet potatoes. They dig them up. So the guys trap them in these pens, and then I don't know what they do with them after that. I'm just trying to make the ends on these look a little different. I was thinking like a little flamish motif on here. Just trying to have fun with it. Yeah, I love the wild turkeys, man. We have a lot of turkeys around here. They're all hogs, but they're sneaky. They're coming out at night to feed. You're not around when they're out. Probably not up there in Seattle. They've done a better job of management up there. I think they have more. The laws in Washington are a little more firm on how you run livestock and farms and stuff, and so probably there haven't been accidents where pigs have gotten loose as much. And then there's not guys that want to go out and hunt them. So I bet you guys don't really have feral hogs up there in Washington. And I'm glad you have wild turkeys. I think that is a beautiful bird. Now I do hunt them occasionally, but I do appreciate. I've never taken a turkey on a hunt before. So all of my money has gone to wildlife management. So turkeys are hard, man. That's like an expert hunt. You gotta know what you're doing. I use a mouth call, and I'm actually pretty good with it too. Wish I had one on here. I would do it for y'all. On my mouth. I haven't hunted in a number of years. It's really about the fun of it, sitting out there, and it is a lot of sitting. With turkeys, you got to sit silent. You can't move. Pelado, welcome. Can't stay long, but wanted to jump in. Thank you, Pelado. Appreciate you jumping in. Roy, welcome. All my members today that were here, welcome, and thank you for being here for as long as you could stay. Appreciate that. Yeah. It's tough, man. You got multiple live streams going on at once, but you know, I don't own the airwaves. Someone told me that once, right? So what can I do? I don't own the internet. Kevin Ellis, 4413 Woodworks, welcome. Picking up now. We're getting some folks up in here now. Shout out to Mike. Mike gave 5 gift memberships earlier. Those are huge. I want to try to retain all possible members here. I think this is a members only chat, unless you're a mod. I think they let you in as a mod, but members only pretty much. Shout out to all my members. I'll go through and name y'all all too in a second that are in here. There's some members I have that maybe fell off because they were gift memberships that I wanted to show appreciation to, didn't get to it. I'm going to take a look at that today. I want to make another member appreciation video. I told Heather that this morning, so it's not just BS. It's true. Yeah, I want to make like a little flame motif with this. All right, we're picking up now. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dad's Workshop. I am Calvin. There is Mike is making stuff, and Robert, and Carrie, and Sunstep Builds Jay. Maybe a lot of members are like me. I can't watch while I'm at work, but I got you on the headphones. I need non-visual narration. Yeah, man. Right now, and thank you, Jay, for saying that. I do need to make sure that I do that. Carrie, Kevin Ellis, Jay from Sunstep, Pilado, Robert G. Of course, Mike is making stuff. If I haven't said that yet, let me get back up toward the top here because a couple people popped in. Plywood, Tom, same guy. And then we have new members, kind of hard to say. New Beginnings Woodwork, that's Chase. Some guy, Radwa Assam, I actually have seen them over. Ocean, Professor Rusty, who I do know. So I'm glad that Rusty got a membership so he can pop in the chat one of these days when he's not busy. Carrie got that. I look up at the top. Carrie's got pictures of like the little emojis on there. I love that. Thank you, Woodshed Dan threw one in there too. Woodshed by Dan, also a member, also having a new job. He's a bus driver now, so he can't be here all the time. So we appreciate that. And Heather, be my right hand. I was trying to see if there's anybody else. Daniel came in the very beginning. Daniel Gandara, long time member, senior member, and friend of the program. So thank you to everybody for being here. I'm going to continue on here, and I won't yap too much more, other than trying to narrate what I'm doing right now. I'm kind of trimming off the ends of these curved pieces because I'm just trying to let my mind do the work, guys. I want to just do it from pure inspiration. I don't even want to worry about what it looks like. Abstract art is still art, man. In fact, it's that kind of stuff that I can relate to more now because, you know, I love the pictures of, you know, the Dutch masters and stuff like that and their pictures. But honestly, abstract art kind of more appeals to me now, as weird as that may seem. This one already has some shape to it here. Let's move this down a bit in the vise. I'll shape this other side in sand. Tricky to put a curved piece into a let me get back down to the bottom of the chat here. But Pilato also, so thank you, Pilato, friend of the program. I am Pilato. I have been working on that thing we were talking about metrics and what's the most efficient use of our YouTube time. I am definitely on that right now. Sunstep Jay, who's also listening right now, he is absolutely a student of the algorithm and how to find your way in the algorithm. Sunstep's a viral YouTuber. We have a few of those on here. Sunstep created a couple really viral, and he does stuff that I love, which is timber framing and traditional joinery. But Sunstep has a couple videos with 1 million+ views on them. So I recommend y'all, you know, check his channel out. Check all these channels out. Pilato has a great channel. Pilato's had some fairly popular videos too. That's not how I built, guys. So you guys know more about that stuff than I do. The video algorithm and long forms and short forms and stuff. So I recommend that you check out Sunstep's channel. Sunstep's kind of guiding me a little bit on stuff. When he sees something, he's not afraid to say it. Very outspoken guy. So a lot of folks in here who are making their way in the content creator / crafter, so you got two components here. You got to be a crafter or whatever, then you got to create the content around it, right? And just making good crafts is nice, but that might not be good content. And just making good content is nice, might not be a good craft. So finding that happy medium, that's what we're trying to do all the time. Yes. So yeah, Sunstep is very on. We're on Discord too. Come join the Discord if you're not on there. That's really a good way to converse about video related things, technical things. So if you're not on there, definitely join my Discord. I'm not so familiar with how you join that well. I kind of had Chardonnay running that for a while, and Chardonnay's been busy, so it's kind of fallen by the wayside. Don't ever rule things out, guys. Like when people I'll say something to someone. I said something on here the other day. I was like, you should do this, or it was on someone else's stream. Just a suggestion, because that's how I didn't go viral, man. I had to build this channel grassroots, man, from the ground up by community building, you know, starting with something that didn't work. Dude, it took me 2 years to monetize. It wasn't 3 months. And there's nothing wrong with that, but it's a different approach. So when people talk to me, my perspective is valuable, but it's for that of somebody who's trying to grow their channel the slow way, right? Especially if you're 40+ and you know you don't look like you used to. Now, if I was 20 something, I'm pretty sure I would jump on here and probably grab a lot of views. But because I'm a bit aged now, I have to like do it the hard way, which is to actually do interesting content and be interesting. And then I got to build this community, and that's what I do. So I work on keeping y'all around so we can build and we stay a leverage, a unit that has leverage, like as a community. Eventually, we overpower the social media sites because as a group of people, we know each other. They can't separate us and say, these are my people. It's basically their mailing list. It's their clients until we make ourselves, yeah, viral. You know what VFM is? Viral for me, right? If I get 6,000 views, like 10,000, let's say 10,000 views, because I got 6,000 views on a couple of videos. Let's say I get 10K. I've never had a video get 10K views, never, other than these live streams, right? That doesn't count to me. I've never had a long form video or a short get 10,000 views. So if I got 10,000 views, that would be approximately a 10x outlier for me. It would be basically the best video I ever made. Some people get 1 million views on their very first video. I'll call her my niece right now. That's what we'll call her. Heather knows who I'm talking about. I play a dad-like figure in this young lady's life. She had a video on TikTok that had millions of views, and I was like, all right, here's your chance. You got a business right now. That video right there is telling you you have a business, but they didn't grab onto it. You know, these kids, they don't even know what they have in front of them. If I had a video with 2 million views, I wouldn't have let that bull off the hook, man. Like that bull's getting grabbed by the horns. Period. Now, Sunstep did because he's got a couple other successful videos and he's into what he's doing. But some of these young folks, they do this and they don't even notice it. Well, I didn't do that. I built this really the hard way. And the other day when I was saying that, I got to go back to make my point here. The other day when I was talking about this and I said, this is what you have to do, and I won't say it again because people don't care when I say it. This is what you have to do. Do this, and it will work. You will grow and you will have the subscribers and all the things you're talking about, the view hours and everything. The person said to me, I've already told you I'm going to do it my way. All right. And that's totally respectable. As a matter of fact, I'm supposed to respect that more, but it kind of seems like prideful and hard-headed to me. Like I'm telling you exactly, I had 0 and I was looking at the same thing. Not enough subscribers and not enough watch hours, right? Mike said, wish I knew what to do with it. Oh, well, let's go back again because this is bringing up a lot of complicated stuff for people. I need to get back to my chat here. Let's go back here. So Mike said I consider it as viral if it has 500 views. Yes, I understand that. I have to be honest. I have one video that is 25K views. Yes, so I don't have that video, right? And I know other people who have a couple videos. Like I think Pilato has a video or two like that were blow up videos. And those videos are tough because you do it and then you go back and study it and you're like, what did I do? This is what I'm seeing from folks. They're like, what did I do? How do I get that back again? Right? It may be that from there you have to start doing it the other way, which is the slow way, live streaming and making shorts and stuff like that, or continuing to make long form videos, looking at what the stats say about what are the favorite parts of that video, right? Look at the visually favorite parts of that video by your stats. Your data gets better the bigger your numbers are. Let me give you all something real quick. I have put out 3 long form videos in the last 2 weeks. I had one long form video where the click-through rate was 80-some%, but they only showed the video to 400 people. YouTube, in some respects, is going to do what YouTube wants to do. It's not all about the algorithm because a click-through rate of over 5% is good. And my click-through rate was very high. There's absolutely no reason why they weren't giving impressions of this video out, but they don't. And so sometimes it's just like straight luck of the draw where they don't like something or they don't think, I don't know what it is. There's no conscience behind it. It's computers. But it is easy to take personally and they never tell us anything. So we're always playing this guessing game all the time. I don't even think they know. Like sometimes I wonder whether they know. But it's those outlier videos, you have to study those and look at what did I do in this video that was like, that grabbed people's attention. If you look at that video, it gets 25K views and your other videos get 500 or 1,000. That's a 25X outlier, right? So something about that video is unique and grab the attention of the viewers. And obviously you are capable of grabbing 25,000 views. So then what you got to do is you got to try to replicate that again, you know, find something that does that again. When it comes to some creators on here, they're very careful about their aesthetic when their live stream comes on. They have their setup there, they've staged stuff, and that is, they know they're paying attention to what the audience wants. They're not telling everybody because they're kind of gatekeeping that information, but they know what the audience wants to see. I have seen a lot of folks gatekeeping. Like when I was in Rusty's live stream the other night, Professor Rusty, this was like a couple weeks. When I say the other night, it's very loose. It's a couple weeks ago. And I was talking about monetizing, and one of the people on the program was talking about how they had these videos and they're almost at their 1,000 subscribers, but they got like 500 watch hours. And I was like, well, you know, and I gave them the same advice that I always give that I'm not going to say right now. And I said, I'm telling you this not because I don't know. I'm telling you this because in the last month, I got 4,000 watch hours. Not in the last year, in the last month, I got 4,000 watch hours. You know, it wasn't something it took me a long time to get to that number too. And then once I started grinding, the number was easy to achieve, but there are certain ways to do it and there are ways to not do it. Basically, this is kind of sharp here on the end. I'm going to take off this end piece a little bit. All right, so Pilado, West does it, welcome. One great perspective is that higher views don't mean harder hitting. Sometimes when a video is very niche, you can only hit a smaller target, but that's good. Yes, yeah, I mean, that's what I hear. That's what they tell us, right? Niche down. But now we're in interest-based viewing, so they don't even show your video necessarily to your niche. Like if your niche subscribes to you and doesn't watch your stuff or watches somebody else's, they won't show it. Doesn't matter if they're subscribed or not. Subscriptions mean basically nothing now. Look, I have 21 in the room right now and over 2,000 subscribers. That's a absurdly low number. So subscribers don't mean anything. If they don't click my videos, they might as well not be on there, right? They might as well just be a rando that's online. So subscribers are great. And that's why what's come to my attention where I am now is that for me, where I'm at, and I can only speak for myself, members and the community building piece are the most important part. There's nothing more important than me connecting with the community, maintaining, building relationships, and then trying to work from there, because I'm not going to go viral. It's been proven. Like if I am, I wouldn't see it coming, you know. What I'm going to do is build a community step by step. And that's where I'm at. That's the way I got here, by connecting with people and being here for them and not making one or two pretty sweet videos like I thought I was. Every time I made a video, I was like, this one's going to hit. This one's going to hit. So, and that's why people have heard me say some negative things about long form video, because I have not great experiences with them. But at the end of the day, they're kind of making me do long form because of the way that the live streams pay. So I got to try other stuff. And as I've told people, this is what I do. This is what I do, period. I don't have another job. I did that for 17 plus years. I worked my whole life. I worked since I was 14 years old. Manual labor. I mean, I look like it, man. I look like a dude, and I act like a guy who's tired of working. Speaking of guys that are tired of working, I am really worried about Mike Osborne, right? I've not heard from Mike Osborne in days. Yes, live streams do count as watch hours. Absolutely. You get a lot of watch hours from live streams. Absolutely. Yep, they sure do, Sunstep. So if you're looking for watch hours, man, definitely. But I wouldn't advise doing horizontal. I would advise doing vertical because that puts you in the shorts feed. And since you're so heavy in the shorts feed, Jay, I would that the vertical live. I know you hate vertical video. You're one of these folks that doesn't like vertical video, but that's what you got to do. You got to go outside your comfort zone because right now you're in the shorts feed heavy, right? That's where they're sending the live stream people. It comes from the shorts feed. Or they're sending the shorts feed people. As you scan through the shorts, you pop through live streams. It's just like you're on TikTok. It's the same, similar thing. Mike said, I like that. Look at that emoji. So sad about what? Toronto. Yeah, so what happened to Toronto? Mr. said so sad about Toronto. I don't watch the news, so somebody's gonna have to let me know what happened. I purposely don't watch the news. There's a lot of reasons why. And this is why, because all we hear is this stuff all the time. If it's about some shooting or something, man. So here's the thing is live streams, and then I need to ask about Mike Osborne. If anybody has any contact or has seen Mike Osborne, oh, it must have been a baseball thing. I saw the Blue Jays play one time, man. I went to Toronto and saw the Blue Jays play. That stadium was really cool. What was I going to say? Mike Osborne, folks. Has anybody seen him in a live stream? I'm worried about his actual health, man. He's in very bad health. At home, kind of like a shut-in. He's a shut-in type. And I'm concerned that Mike may be in the hospital, or anybody has seen him. I'm about to have to call North Dakota and ask call all the churches in this town, see if any of the people at the churches have seen him. Because up north up there, that's how it's going to be the only kind of community you got up there is going to be in the churches. It's remote. It's the high plains up there, man. Like that, more so than even places in Minnesota, and North Dakota is a very remote place, man. When I found out he lived there, I didn't even want to know how he had internet. But he was injured on the job, and I think he was on disability. So he was injured a number of years ago, and he's got diabetes and other health concerns that make me worry about his well-being. I met Mike in Wes's chat. He was in Wes's chat all the time. And then Wes sent him over here, which I appreciate. Now, my concern is I have not heard from him, and he does not. He wouldn't go a day without coming into my comments or going into Wes's or something like that. So I'm concerned about Mike Osborne. So if anybody sees him, definitely tell him to contact me. Or like if you see him in the comments or you see him in a live stream, just tell him to contact me so I know he's okay. I'm not worried about him not liking my content. I don't care about that. Yeah, I haven't seen him either. My concern, as Heather brought up, is basically just his physical well-being, because I know he has major health issues, and there's not really anybody taking care of him. Somebody say something about Whitworks. Heather said, hi, I was just busy doing stuff. And then someone said, Mr. said, sometimes we're just blowing in the wind, man. Not sometimes, all the time. At any given moment, man, you never know what can happen. I was already worried about that guy based on the way he described he characterized his physical health, you know. I have grave concerns right now about whether he's around with us, but I hope he is. You know, I don't want to think like that and manifest it. I have a lot of concerns. Oh, Plywood said, I took some time to watch Sunstep's videos and subscribe. Like that stuff, huh? Plywood, he does a lot of good stuff on there, man. Cool stuff. Timber framing stuff. Sunstep told me the other day he was ready to quit his job, even though he made good money, move to Japan and do joinery all day. And I was like, man, yeah, that sounds fun. I don't know how the Japanese are taking immigration right now. Last time I checked, they had a lot of people there, though. Like, people are living in, literally, like, paying a whole bunch of money to live in boxes in Tokyo or stay in boxes. I don't know if you ever know this, but in Tokyo, it's so crowded. I don't think you're even allowed to drive a car. You have to pay an insane amount of money to drive a car. But they have these, like, boxes. Instead of a hotel, you can stay in this box for the night. That's how crowded it is. But there's other parts of Japan that are remote and not as crowded and rural. But the population is really high. Sunset might correct me right now and be like, oh, I'm a Japanese citizen. My father, grandfather, and mother was. So I don't know. That's possible. If you have Japanese ancestry, it's probably possible that you get citizenship out of that. I'm going to sand these over once or twice here. Bugs are getting after me. Let's see where the steamer's at. Oh, it's steaming. I got some kerf bent stuff in there. We're gonna bend that before we end this live stream today. We're not really close there yet. We're getting there, but I'll tell you why. I swallowed a fly. I just like these flies flying my drink, man. It's disgusting. Second, take a little water break here, guys. I don't know why. That's what I'm fun. Alrighty. Need my towel down here because I got drips and drips. That's the other thing. I got to seal that PVC at the end there. Rami, welcome. Rami Rutledge, member. Member. Call to action, folks. If you are not a member, consider becoming a member, folks. Consider becoming a member. Oh, there goes my glasses. That was pretty stupid. Numbers looking better. That's good. I like that. You like that, eh? Oh, I'm excited, man. I think this is actually going to look good. I'm not really worried about like form or function at all. I'm worried about form. I just want it to look good and please my eye. And I like the way curved wood looks right now. So it's like I like the way that timber frames look, and I like the way that knee braces and stuff like that look. I'm a nerd about this stuff. The little protein is what Rami said. That I don't know. Them green flies got all kinds of parasites. They're nasty, nasty things. Nasty things. So I found those in there a couple times recently. Been off put by that. I'm gonna pull out of the steamer some wow, that's not good. Sorry, y'all. Some kerf bent wood and put it in there. Actually, a couple pieces probably. But we'll do that. That's not very wet there. Oh yeah, that's gonna bend. Leave that in there for a sec though. I'll do this one. Oh wow, Sunstep sent 5 gift memberships. I need to get my. Let me bend this first, Sunstep. Then I'm gonna do a drum roll because that's what I do traditionally. Here's a piece of kerf bent wood. This I'm gonna put into this press here real quick. Don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break, don't break. I let it soak all night too in my rainwater tank. Come on now, I can do it because I got to give Sunstep his drum roll here. Like I said, the woodwork is cool, but the community is more important. So I want to get to that. Get down in there. Wes is right about this though. I got to cut some more of the. I got to cut some more space out. Steam these for about an hour and a half. I don't think I have enough space in that thing. I'm gonna have to just clamp it around this. What? Yeah.
Try to bend it around this one, like tilt this on its side and just push it in that way, you know?
Like
that. And just do what you can to bend it.
Yeah. I can do that. Thanks. Heather's right. I might have to, with this, this is a very thick piece right here. I might have to take a clamp and go around this thing. Let me hold that for a second. It's actually, that's kind of close to where I want it. I'm going to have to make some adjustments to this jig here. If I'm clamped right there, I'm okay. I got to get the other one on. This is going to be tricky. Live streams. So yesterday, Wes asked a key question, and I didn't address it properly by action, and that was, Did I leave enough space in here for the workpiece? And the answer is no, I didn't. So what I need to do now is I need to press this down where it is, get it where it is, and then next time, before next live stream, I need to cut some out of the off of the die or the top of the bottom, the negative or the positive. Don't make me think too hard here. Come on now, hold. This is tricky, man. They make it look easy on some of them channels. I don't mind like a weird curve. I got flies going in my ears too. Tricky dance here. Yeah, so that's gonna have to be, y'all see it does come down now though. All right, so the strips vary, Pilato. I did not do a good job of cutting them uniform. My bandsaw needs to, guard needs to come down, as I think Robert G mentioned yesterday. I don't know who mentioned that. It's true, it needs to come down so I can cut more accurately. It's going everywhere. And these were kerf cut, as you can see. I want to take a second and wow, Rami got one. Let's talk about who got the memberships too. Baby Kisses, BK, Cocaine Dealer, Sophia. Wouldn't it be? Hold on. What happened there? I lost. Took my video off. Sorry. A lot of people, but let me do this though. Back it out so Sunstep can get his very first drum roll. It's all about the community, guys. I couldn't be here if it wasn't for y'all. I literally would have had to stop this months ago. So thanks to you. I don't know if they can see this. Drum roll with plywood sticks. Thank you to Sunstep J from Sunstep Buildings or Sunstep Builders. I want to make sure I say his channel. Sunstep Builds. It is Sunstep J, and check out his videos. He has very popular videos. Cocaine Dealers on a delay. You were there for that the other day. He said, "I got to go out for a delivery." I said, "Oh, okay." Well, pizza, right? Amping up. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Thank you, Sunstep, man. This is what makes the channel run. It's the community. It's all about this community, building the community, and then like if you build it, they will come type stuff. Now, Plywood, who has been a great member of the community as well, asked me how thick the strips are, and I need to be honest, Plywood. This is experiment time, so they vary. Let me show you. Very thin strip right here, right? Very thin strip here. Has very little, there's no kerf cuts. I couldn't even get a kerf cut into here. This is very thin. I'm afraid it's going to snap because the weakest part's right in the middle. But this one soaked off. It already broke right there, see? This one was soaked all night in a water tank and then steamed for about an hour and a half, 2 hours. This right here is a thicker piece. You can see I cut kerf cuts into it. This one was soaked in the water tank all night and steamed for about an hour and a half here as well. And we're going to put this one into some sort of mold here immediately. And I have something for it. Oh, there we go. Yeah. I did get a little tension break right there though. Not too much. Yeah, it wants to break right there. Maybe I steam that a little bit longer because it's still good enough to use, I think. Maybe I broke it now. It's tricky, man. This deal is tricky. You can actually kerf bend stuff without even having to I got an idea. Oh, it's gotta be like this though. Nah, it's too extreme. See, y'all see that splitting, but I think it's still bendable around that. I want to pull a clamp up and just clamp it like right here. I have not seen when folks have done alternating kerf cuts. That's an interesting technique. Pilato said he really needs to go this time for real. Appreciate you, Pilato. Yes, if you build it, they will come. I do believe that. That is my motto. I stick to that too. But yeah, Sunstep, I have not seen that, but that sounds like a brilliant idea because if you alternate the cuts, there's no reason why you can't like get, like in this case, down here, there's more thickness and I didn't put the cuts far enough through, so it's trying to bend too much wood. Now this is kiln dried wood too, so I have that against me. I can almost put this through the other mold. Let me see. See it spring back right there? I think I can use this piece even with that though tearing that's happening. I've seen dudes build whole forms out of dried kerf bent wood, so it's not even, they didn't even steam it. Yeah, that's not. Yeah, I'm gonna have to work that bit. I'm gonna put this back in the steamer because it's still usable. I think it needs to sit in there longer. Oh, here's one. Oh, that's nice and soft. That was in there deeper. All right, we're not gonna force this one too much. All right, so this one just came out here. This one's, I would say, about a ½ inch thick. I set my bandsaw fence to a ½ inch yesterday. This one's much more supple, I can tell. And now, since I know it won't fit in the form, I just want to get it as curved as possible. And then I can clamp it down here with this stay fast, hold fast hole that I've got in the bench. God bless it, come on. But the next thing is to change these positive, negative, so there's gap enough for material in there. Put it towards the middle here. I don't mind if it has a little twist too. Actually kind of like that. There will come a time where I won't be fighting with this and it'll be done with ease. You know? I wonder if I can angle this to where I can. No, I'm gonna have to put it. Oh, I got a better idea. I'm sure you all have already thought of this by now, right? Take it out of the hold fast hole. I'll just put it on the bottom of the mold. You only have a limited amount of time once the stuff comes out of the bender, though. There we go. That's one. See if I get one more on there. If I got one more, that'll clamp on there. Might not have. Oh, I got long clamps. Yo, Calvin, you seen when folks? Yeah, okay, I already answered that question. Let me move my chat down. I'm sure it's way beyond this at this point. Nope. So I have not seen that, and I am excited to see that or see what the technique is. If you got that video, send me that link because I would really like to see how they do that. This one has a little bit of tension breakaway, which is when it splits. When it breaks because of compression, it's a fold or a crease. It's what I kind of discovered yesterday. I was trying to think of what is the opposite of the tension break, and that's the compression break, and that happens with a crease. This is definitely tricky to the brain. It's a new thing for me, you know. It should be on there tight though, man. It should be way tighter than that. Woo! Nope. Look at that. All right, let's try this again. We're gonna get it. I might have just lost my wood, unfortunately. That is not what TWSS, as what's his name, says. So tricky, dude. This is so hard. I make it look harder than it is, though. It's not this hard. You guys will probably do this much better. I had it, man. Now it's one to fight me. I gotta, maybe if I just pinch it with a clamp around these two sides here. See, this clamp is absolutely useless when it's unscrewed this far. That's the problem. There we go. That's good enough. That'll do it. And that's going to spring back to a little bit closer to the angle that you have on that. My goodness, that was difficult. But that's what I want. That'll work. And I don't want to mess with it. I am the king of not leaving well enough alone. I got one more piece and then I want to pull out and see if there's anything I can do with it here. Been working on this abstract piece over here. This is kind of like what it is right now. And then I have some oak. I'm toying with doing a light feature, but I'm going to need straighter cuts, and I'm going to do some kerf bending with plywood to do that. But y'all are awesome, man. I can tell y'all are paying attention and like hanging out. So that's really much appreciated. Let me move these sharp objects off my bench real quick. Got a tool sharpen too. That's the other thing. I got one more piece in there I want to take a look at. Maybe not this one. No, I can't get that one out. It's too far in there. Have to wait till this thing cools off and then dump it out of there. Got to seal the end of this PVC pipe because it unsealed itself. Oh, we're on low power mode. I really appreciate everybody being here, learning new things with me, hanging out with Dad's Workshop. I'm going to spend some time doing a member appreciation video today because that's really what it's all about. Let me do another drum roll for the two donors today. We had Mike is making stuff with the 5 gift memberships. Final drum roll, number 1, Mike making stuff. And then a drum roll for Sunstep J and Sunstep Builds. And we appreciate all of y'all. Hey, make sure that you do the next right thing. Show some love to all of these creators. Go to their channels. All of the people in here. Carrie, shout out to Carrie. Love you, Carrie. Plywood, we love you too, but in a more platonic way. Baby Kisses, welcome new member. We love BK here. Sometimes she's in the gallery. Mr. Sunstep Builds. Mike is making stuff. Wes does it. Pilato Creations. Orami Rutledge. Robert G. Now we have New Beginnings, and I really hope I didn't forget anybody in there. Let me get back to this. I know I did. That's the way I am. And shout out to all y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yeah, man. Pilato, Sunstep, all y'all, man. Appreciate everybody being here. Have a great day. Do the next right thing. Bend some wood. Make something creative. Make something beautiful. Enjoy your time here. Appreciate every breath. And I will see you all next time. Check out my wood bending videos. And I got a lot of views. And also I will drop a short with some member appreciation stuff today. Take care, y'all.